What if the one thing you're avoiding, vulnerability, is actually the secret to deeper love, stronger leadership, and a more fulfilled life? Most of us were taught to hide our fears and weaknesses. But what if daring greatly means stepping into the arena with them, not in spite of them? Introduction. Welcome to AudioBookCAPS, where we break down the most powerful books into life-changing insights. Today, we're diving into Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. This groundbreaking book challenges everything we think we know about courage and vulnerability. Brené Brown, a renowned researcher and TED Talk phenomenon, reveals how embracing vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's the path to genuine connection, creativity, leadership, and wholehearted living. Whether you're a parent, partner, leader, or simply someone striving to live more fully, this summary will help you unlock the power of showing up, even when it's uncomfortable. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. Let's clear something up right away. Vulnerability doesn't mean being weak or overly emotional. In fact, Brené Brown says it's the most accurate measure of courage. Think about it. Starting a new business, saying I love you first, raising your hand in a meeting, asking for help. All of those moments require us to show up without knowing how it'll turn out. That's vulnerability. And that's what it means to dare greatly. Brené shares a powerful image from a speech by Theodore Roosevelt, the one where he talks about the man in the arena. It's not the critics who count. It's the person who's in the fight, showing up, covered in dust and sweat and blood. And that's the heart of this chapter. Courage isn't about winning or losing. It's about showing up anyway. But here's the catch. Most of us were raised to hide vulnerability. We were told to toughen up, keep it together, or don't let them see you sweat. So we avoid risks, pretend to be perfect, and miss out on real connection and growth. Brown's message is simple but powerful. If you want to live fully, love deeply, and lead effectively, you need to embrace the discomfort of vulnerability. Because vulnerability isn't the obstacle, it's the gateway to everything meaningful. Chapter 2. Shame is the silent killer of connection. Break time equals 0. 5s/. Let's talk about something we all feel but rarely admit, shame. Brené Brown calls shame the intensely painful feeling that we're unworthy of love and belonging. It's that inner voice that whispers, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, or I'll never be lovable if they knew the real me. And here's the scary part. Shame thrives in silence. We hide it. We bury it. We don't talk about it, especially not in public or at work or with people we admire. But here's the truth Brené wants us to hear loud and clear. Shame is toxic to connection. It makes us build emotional walls and armor up. We distance ourselves from others so they won't see the parts we're ashamed of. And over time, that disconnection leads to loneliness, resentment, and even depression. The key takeaway? Shame only grows when it's hidden. But when we speak it, share it, and hear someone say, me too, shame loses its power. Brené also makes an important distinction between shame and guilt. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. And that's a massive difference. To build real relationships and feel truly seen, we have to recognize shame, talk about it, and meet it with empathy for others and for ourselves. That's the beginning of true connection. Chapter 3. Wholehearted living requires worthiness. So, what does it really mean to live fully? According to Brené Brown, it starts with one powerful belief: I am worthy. Not if you get that promotion. Not when you lose the weight. Not after you've fixed every flaw. Right now, as you are. In this chapter, Brené introduces the idea of wholehearted living, a way of life grounded in courage, compassion, and connection. And at the center of it is this truth. The people who live wholeheartedly believe they are worthy of love and belonging. They don't wait to be perfect before showing up. They don't hustle for approval or try to earn their value. Instead, they embrace their imperfections and lean into life, mess and all. Now, let's be real, this isn't easy. Most of us were raised in a culture that links our worth to how much we achieve, how we look, or how well we fit in. So we spend years chasing approval, afraid that we're never quite enough. But Breen says the path to a fuller life isn't about changing who we are. It's about letting go of who we think we're supposed to be. Wholeheartedness isn't a destination. It's a daily practice. It's choosing self-compassion over self-criticism and authenticity over perfection. And it all begins with one choice: to believe you are enough. Chapter 4. Scarcity Mindset Fuels Fear. Have you ever started your day thinking, "I didn't get enough sleep," then rush through it feeling like you don't have enough time, money, or energy? That's the scarcity mindset, and Brené Brown says it's one of the biggest barriers to joy and connection. Scarcity tells us there's never enough. Not enough success, not enough love, not enough worthiness. It's that constant feeling of I'm not enough, not smart enough, thin enough, rich enough, good enough. And here's the thing, scarcity leads to fear. Fear of being judged, fear of not measuring up, fear of falling behind. So instead of showing up with courage, we shrink back. We compare, compete, and criticize ourselves and others. Breen calls this the culture of never enough. We're bombarded with messages that we need to do more, be more, and look perfect while doing it. But the truth? You can't shame yourself into a better life. The antidote to scarcity is gratitude and worthiness. When we focus on what is going well, when we say this is enough, I am enough, we start to break the cycle. Scarcity is a mindset, so is abundance. And choosing abundance starts with embracing the present moment, flaws and all. Because fear loses its grip when we believe we're already worthy, just as we are. Chapter 5. True connection only happens when we are authentic. Have you ever felt lonely, even in a room full of people? That's often because we're there, but not really showing up as ourselves. In this chapter, Brené Brown dives into a truth that hits hard. We can only experience real connection when we're being real. Authenticity means showing up as your true self. Imperfections, quirks, fears, and all. But in a world that constantly tells us to fit in, impress, and perform, authenticity can feel risky. So what do we do instead? We wear masks. We people please. We say what we think others want to hear. But here's the catch. When we hide who we really are, we also block people from truly connecting with us. Breen says authenticity isn't about oversharing or being brutally honest all the time. It's about being genuine. It's choosing honesty over approval and vulnerability over pretending. And yes, it can feel uncomfortable. But the reward? Deeper relationships, stronger trust, and the kind of connection that actually fills you up instead of draining you. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to not have it all together. Because the people who truly matter, your people, want you, not your performance. So if you're craving real connection, the first step is simple but brave. Be yourself. Fully, unapologetically, authentically. Chapter 6. Perfectionism is a shield. Let's be honest. How often do you try to get everything just right before putting yourself out there? In this chapter, Brené Brown explains that perfectionism isn't the same as self-improvement or striving for excellence. It's actually a defense mechanism, a way we try to protect ourselves from shame, judgment, and failure. She calls it a shield. We think, if I look perfect, work perfect, live perfect, maybe I won't get hurt. But here's the catch. Perfectionism doesn't prevent pain. It prevents connection. It keeps us stuck in fear. We avoid taking risks. We procrastinate. And we become our own harshest critics. And worse, it's exhausting. Constantly editing ourselves, filtering our words, comparing our lives to everyone else's highlight reel. It's a full-time job with zero payoff. Perfectionism is rooted in the belief that we're not good enough as we are. So we hustle for our worth, thinking that being flawless will finally make us feel accepted. But Breen offers a powerful truth. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy. Growth comes from showing up as you are, not from never making mistakes. What we actually need isn't perfection, it's self-compassion. Because real courage isn't saying, I'm enough, even when I'm not perfect. Drop the shield. Let them see the real you. That's where life and connection truly begins. Chapter 7. Leaders must model vulnerability. When you think of a strong leader, what comes to mind? Someone confident, in control, always has the answers? Brené Brown flips that idea on its head. In this chapter, she argues that the best leaders are the ones willing to be vulnerable. And no, vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or being emotionally messy at work. It means being honest, human, and real, even when the outcome is uncertain. Great leaders admit when they don't have all the answers. They ask for help. They say, I'm messed up, or I'm not sure, but I'll find out. And guess what? That kind of openness builds trust, the foundation of every strong team. When leaders pretend to be perfect, it creates a culture of fear. People stop speaking up. Innovation dies. Everyone plays it safe to avoid criticism. But when leaders model vulnerability, they create a space where taking risks and being real is okay. One of Brené's most powerful messages is this. You can't expect people to show up and be brave if you're not doing it first. So whether you're leading a company, a classroom, or your family, remember this. Real leadership isn't about knowing everything. It's about creating connection, showing empathy, and daring to go first. That's what inspires others to do the same. Chapter 8. Empathy is the antidote to shame. Shame is like a silent bully in our heads. It tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, lovable enough. And the worst part? When we're stuck in shame, we tend to isolate ourselves and hide. But here's the good news, straight from Brené Brown. Empathy is the antidote. In this chapter, Brené explains that shame can't survive being spoken, and especially not when it's met with empathy. When someone hears our story and responds with, I get it, I've been there too, it dissolves shame's power. The key is connection. We don't need someone to fix us. We don't need a pep talk. What we need is someone who's willing to just sit with us in the discomfort and say, you're not alone. Brené also warns us about shame killers, like judgment, dismissiveness, or trying to immediately solve the problem. Saying things like at least, or it's not that bad, might sound helpful, but they actually shut people down. Empathy, on the other hand, requires vulnerability. It means tapping into our own pain to understand someone else's. It's choosing to connect rather than correct. So the next time someone opens up to you, remember, you don't need to have the perfect response. Just be present, be kind, be real. Because empathy doesn't just heal others, it brings us closer to. Chapter 9. We numb vulnerability at a high cost. Let's be real. Feeling vulnerable isn't fun. It's uncomfortable. It's scary. It's that pit in your stomach feeling when you're exposed or uncertain. So what do most of us do? We numb it. In this chapter, Brené Brown explains that when life gets overwhelming, we often reach for anything that'll help us not feel. Food, social media, alcohol, overworking, binge watching, even staying crazy busy. It's all a way to avoid the discomfort of vulnerability. But here's the problem. We can't selectively numb emotions. When we numb fear, sadness, or disappointment, we also numb joy, love, creativity, and gratitude. And the cost is high. We lose connection with ourselves and others. We miss out on real experiences because we're too busy trying not to feel too much. Breen also points out that our culture often encourages numbing. We were being busy like a badge of honor. We're told to man up, suck it up, or just stay strong. But all of that keeps us from being fully alive. The real courage? Feeling it anyway, leaning into the discomfort, facing our emotions instead of running from them. Because when we allow ourselves to feel, we also allow ourselves to heal, grow, and connect. So next time you want to scroll, snack, or shut down, ask yourself, what am I trying not to feel? And then give yourself permission to just feel it. Chapter 10, Daring Greatly, is about showing up. At the end of the day, daring greatly boils down to one powerful message: just show up. In this final chapter, Brené Brown reminds us that living a brave, meaningful life doesn't mean being fearless or perfect. It means being present, even when it's hard. To dare greatly means entering life's arena, whether that's parenting, leading, loving, or chasing a dream, and doing it wholeheartedly, knowing you might fail, get criticized, or feel exposed. But here's the thing. You can't win if you don't show up. And even if you do fall flat, that's still more courageous than sitting on the sidelines, playing it safe. Breen reminds us that vulnerability and courage go hand in hand. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the guts to be seen, to try, and to keep going, even when there are no guarantees. And yes, it's scary, but it's also where the magic happens. It's where relationships deepen, creativity sparks, and personal growth truly begins. So whether you're starting a new job, having a tough conversation, or finally going after that thing you've always wanted, dare greatly. Show up. Be seen. Because the bravest thing you can do is simply be all in. Conclusion. So, what does it mean to dare greatly? It means stepping into the arena of life. Fully seen, imperfect, and courageous. It means choosing vulnerability over hiding, connection over perfection, and courage over comfort. Through stories, research, and raw truth, Brené Brown shows us that the real magic in life doesn't come from avoiding pain or playing it safe. It comes from showing up, even when it's messy. If this summary sparks something in you, I highly recommend diving into the full audiobook or picking up a copy of Daring Greatly. There's so much more insight, honesty, and heart in Brené's voice that just can't be captured in a short summary. And hey, if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful book breakdown here at AudioBookCAPS. We're all about helping you grow, one book at a time. Drop a comment below and let us know what part of this summary resonated with you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your own stories of daring greatly. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be brave enough to show up.